Hello everyone and welcome to the first proper unboxing I guess of one of my Transformer figures. So this here, Autobot Springer, the triple changer from the 86 movie. I got him recently, actually secondhand but still in box, so it's looking good. The box overall is quite nice. I am a fan of the 86 boxes, I just don't keep them because they're quite large, and I mean, you know, I don't have a place to store them, so they do get chucked out afterwards. But I thought, whilst I have this guy's box, I may as well show you, because I think I may have mentioned in a previous video, I want to make it that with all new figures that I review, like new figures that are coming out, I want to do it as a unboxing review. So this guy is sort of my test with that, and I'll get this guy out of the box. Whether or not you guys want to see me open the box, you can let me know, but I'm just going to cut to him out of the box. I thought I'd show you the box first anyway. Like, you've got the little the Transformers movie logo there. He's a little bit unstable because like the strings around his hands are cut off. But overall, really nice box. But let's get into the actual figure.
I can't deal with that now.
And here we have Springer out of his box. So we take a look at the figure. Here he is, looking very nice. He's looking very G1 color accurate. Actually, hold on, I haven't moved his shoulders out of box, so there you go, because that's one of the main differences with this figure and the old Voyager figure, is that these shoulders can move, and also the backpack's different. A lot of the upper body's different, the legs are the exact same. But anyways, very good looking. He looks, again, color-wise, very much like the G1 show. And with all Studio Series figures, we get a lovely background. This is obviously the attack on Autobot City. And this area specifically, I'm not 100% certain of. I think this is just a random sort of image of just the Autobot City. But, you know, I guess you can sort of have this as the area where Springer stands there and he says, you know, in other words, we're outnumbered, when Perceptor's going on a big yap about all of his calculations and stuff. But anyways, so you get this nice card background. Again, unfortunately, due to just how much space they take up and how little I use them, this will be thrown out inevitably. And it's not too big of a loss though, because pretty much almost any 86 figure you have that was involved in the Autobot City fight, you get an Autobot City fight card. So it's not too big of a loss, but it still would have been nice if I had somewhere to keep it. Anyways, get that out of there, and we'll carry on to the actual figure itself, and then we'll get into accessories, of course. So, looking at the actual figure, we have head rotation. He can rotate full 360. He can't really look up. Like, I'm pushing his head up, it can't look up any further than that. Okay. Because of how the transformation is, he has that little connector part, so you can make him look down like that, but, you know, that's kind of uncanny. So I guess you can make him look down a little bit more like that if you want. Like, that kind of looks alright, but still it kind of gives off that weird look. But if you're actually trying to go off of the movement they've given you, if I just hold that down, that is about as much movement as you get from up and down. So that's a bit of a shame. But shoulders, you already saw, you can rotate them up, down. You can also rotate them forward and back. But that's all for transformation, so we leave that as is. At the arm, he can rotate, surprisingly, only up that far. I think, yeah, okay, that bit there stops him. Oh, let me see if I can get that in the light. There you go, you can see it there. It stops him, it just stops him from moving any further. And then backwards, you get the same sort of deal where it stops him. So you can't do a full 360 with the arm, but you can get kind of close. At the elbow, he can bend just over 90 degrees. You just get stopped by his tire there. Can't bend back at all. His hand opens up, which is quite nice. We do love articulated fingers or articulated hands in general. That is good to see, especially since this guy is priced at a leader class. Because I got this guy secondhand here in Australia, got him for about 75 bucks. Normally, this guy will run you up $100, so that is something to be careful about. But turning around the figure, you can see he's got a nice compact backpack. These bits do rotate outward and inward. I'm not going to do that right now because they're quite stiff. And they're just for transformation, so, you know. Down here at the legs, you can twist the waist. Not that much, not like barely even close to 90 degrees, just because of that back kibble again. Yeah, you can see there. But it's alright. And we get to, I'll get him in a T-pose so we can have plenty of space. His legs here, move up that far, just show you on the side, moves up that far, and moves back that far. So pretty much 90 degrees back, a little over 90 degrees forward. So that's nice. And then at the knee, you get quite a big bend. So if you kind of have to bend this part of it to get the full exposure, unless if you tilt that, and there you go. Oh, you can get even wider if you do that. Well, yeah, so very, very sharp bend at the knee. Can't bend forward at all, but that's okay. And as you saw there, his foot, due to transformation, has lots of mobility, can move forward a lot, and can move back a decent bit as well. So that can be good for posing. His side-to-side movement as well is very good, a little over 90 degrees to like inward for the ankle pivot. So overall, posability for this guy is quite good. Now I'll move on to accessories with you. So to start off, we'll start with probably the most obscure accessory, which is his Rekka hammer. Now he never used this in the film. Don't believe he ever even used this in the season 3 or 4 of the G1 show. They decided to give this to him, I believe, just to justify the leader class price point, which is kind of scummy, but like it's okay. We are happy with more accessories. It would have been nice if it was painted at least somewhat, because I know this symbol is supposed to be orange or whatever, even if it was like a sticker. But hey, we can't complain too much. He can obviously hold it like that. So that's always cool, and you may have seen when I was spinning it around, it does have that little connector piece on the back, which if you spring around, he has that little hole in his backpack there, which actually, hold on, I have to move these out of the way to show you. There you are. Get that little connector piece and plug that into there, and there you go. You can store his hammer just in case if, you know, you want Springer to be carrying around his hammer. But anyways, put that off to the side. And also, I will quickly pre-apologize. This is going to be a longer video, especially due to this being a triple changer. But I think, you know, for bigger figures, for triple changes especially, the videos are just going to be a little longer. Anyways, now we have his sword, which he does use in the G1 film. He uses this to fight off Wreck-Gar, who he fights on the planet of Junk, which is very cool that they added this in. It would have been kind of cool if maybe they did a bit of a cup thing where the sword could break apart, just like it does in the show, or not the show, in the film. But I also understand why not. Like, you know, it's just sturdier, easier to do, and it's nice. And just like with the hammer, you have the connector piece there, so you can click that onto his back. I'm not going to show you that with every accessory, because almost every accessory can do that. So, yeah, that's his little sword. Then we get this blaster. I don't remember him using this blaster at all. Apparently, I've heard this can be a blaster to be more accurate with Ultra Magnus, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I'd have to rewatch the movie and check out what Ultra Magnus's accessories are. But plug that into his hand. What's kind of cool with this figure is if you get his other arm, twist that inwards, you can open up his hand, and you can kind of get a grip on the gun that way. And you can have Springer, you know, looking like he's ready to defend something, looking like proper security guard of Cybertron or something like that. But really cool that he can do that. And again, like with every accessory, on the bottom here, he has that clip there, and you might be thinking, oh, how does that pig in there fit with everything, or with all of it? Spin it around, You can see there that it would all just click in all at once. But yeah, so again, that's cool. Then we come to his sword / rotors, because this becomes his helicopter blades. It is cool that they managed to turn this into a sword, because with the original Voyager Springer, it was two swords that plugged into like this little middle piece, and I was not a huge fan of it. So I do prefer this. I do quite like it. And turning it into the helicopter blades, you just split that and rotate those outward, and there you go, you got some helicopter blades. And this does spin, which I'll of course show you in the actual helicopter mode. But I will now put this alongside the other accessories, and since this is a proper unboxing, I have his other accessories still in the packet, which I will say, I do understand they do this like paper wrapping for the environment and stuff. It is kind of a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. And this is the first time I'm seeing these accessories for my figure, so I am noticing, if the camera focuses there, my one here, I'm not sure if that's paint problem or if it's just scuffed, but it does have a few dinks and I think just some painting errors. But it's okay with me because he can now have the giant missile, which he says, I've got better things to do tonight than die. So that's pretty cool. And then final accessories in this packet. Yep. We have these two blasters, which if you have the Voyager Springer, you'll be getting flashbacks seeing these. These can connect together to form one big blaster, but what you really use them for, if I can unconnect them, there you go. What you really use them for is mainly for his vehicle modes, but you can also have them on him if you want. Like you can hold him, plug him into his wrists, whatever. Just extra artillery for him. I'm going to plug those together though, just that way they stick together. And there you have it, Springer with all of his accessories. He comes with quite a bit. But I think now we've got to go into his vehicle mode, otherwise we're going to sit here talking about the figure and accessories for far too long. So I'll see you guys in the vehicle mode. And here we have Springer in his vehicle mode, which I'm not sure what you'd call this vehicle. It's obviously some sort of Cybertronian, God knows what, but it's a pretty cool vehicle, I gotta say. I do like it. When I was younger and I originally watched the 86 film, I didn't realize that he was a triple changer because of how little he was his vehicle mode, or his car. Because he turns into his car in that one scene where he reverses, trying to get away from Wreck-Gar, and then he gets stuck on a pile of trash and he's revving up at the back there, and then he eventually transforms and fights him off with a sword. But anyways, vehicle mode overall looks actually really nice. And again, I will mention, if you guys want me to show you transformations, please do let me know, and I'm happy to do separate videos specifically on characters' transformations. But Springer's transformation is not that bad. I, for some weird reason, remembered the transformation being really hard on the Voyager one. But when I transformed this one, it was super easy. And of course, as all Transformers do, and while we're doing a proper unboxing, he does come with his little booklet, which tells you how to transform him, with all the gobbledygook on the back. So, there you are. Now for accessory holding. What you can do is, if we grab these, on the old Voyager one, they used to have a clip on the top here. So you just clip on the top there like that. And now what you're gonna have to do is clip these on the side. You know, just in these little holes here, clip those in there. And there you go, you can have him shooting like that. And whatever accessory you want on top, you can have his gun up the top, you can have his hammer, I guess, if you want that. Actually, can you? Oh, yay. Or maybe no, because these are up, which these are positioned how they're supposed to be on the vehicle. So, That is that. You can actually have the giant missile on the top, so just in case if you want Springer to be, I don't know, carrying a payload of, you know, the big missile to then go hit Devastator, which will be super duper cool to have this with Springer when Devastator is fully out. And then you can also clip the sword on, both forwards or backwards, depending on your preference. And then the helicopter rotor, I forgot to mention, also has the clip. So if you want to have him in this mode and you want to sort of, I guess, keep continuity where like he can turn into a helicopter, you can have him like that, where he looks like, you know, he could take off, turning into his helicopter any second. So it's pretty cool. I will say I do like that. And you can obviously point it forward as well if you want. Oh, I didn't mean to flick that at you guys. You can point that forward as well. I think that looks a bit odd, but hey, it's up to you. You can also click it into there. You can have it spin if you want. So I guess you can have him, you know, helicopter car mode. But anyways, enough talking about, you know, helicopter cars. We may as well get to the actual helicopter. So that way, I don't waste too much of your guys' time with this overly long review already. Okay, and here we have Springer in his helicopter mode. And I will quickly, again, apologize, very long review, but I do like to try and give each figure the, I guess, time they deserve. So, Springer here looks, again, really good in helicopter mode. Exactly how I remember him from the movie. Now in Hasbro's defense, I don't own all the Junkians, so I don't know if any of them do, but it'd be really cool if one of them have some sort of rope or something to like throw over Springer's tail as he's trying to fly away to pull him back, just like they do in the film. But anyways, Springer here looking super duper good, and I haven't shown you guys the underkibble, but the underkibble is pretty much the same for all modes. Pretty nice. All you see is just Springer's head tucked in there and his hands over there, which some people may not like that his hands kind of stick out, but I think it's okay. It's not that bad. But here you have it, and as I said before, you can spin. You can spin that helicopter rotor, so you can have him proper flying around, which is very nice. Overall, everything pretty good, and getting this guy from vehicle to helicopter mode again is a pretty easy process. I really do like it. And as you can see again, I've shifted those down once more to make room for the rotors. And he's also got that little jet booster on the back, so that's pretty cool. You've got obviously his little spike at the end, which used to be 2 spikes, but they just click together like that, as you can see. Overall though, really nice figure. And for accessories, again, you can clip these guns on the side here, which these bits on the side, they do kind of just flop, like there's not really any clip in there, at least not on mine. Maybe some other people's do, but mine doesn't seem to have a clip in. I know the Voyager one did, but this one does not, by the looks of it. And there are also clips on the back if you want or can clip anything on in there, so if you want to do that, you obviously can. I think for like storing anything else though, you're kind of screwed. So that's kind of unfortunate, unless, hold on. Yeah, no, that's gonna be too small. Oh well. So it looks like for most other accessories, yeah, there's not really anywhere else to store them. But that's okay, because I don't know, I feel like a helicopter, you know, you want it to be kind of sleek, and these 2 guns on the side work for that, so that's alright. I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. And now we'll get to my final thoughts on this figure. And here we have Springer back in his robot mode for my final thoughts. And as I have him posed here, he can hold the missile if you've got his hands open and got them close enough. It is actually quite a heavy missile, and I would like to quickly add, you know, I'll quickly show guns, blast effect. I'll just get the top bit so I can just show you guys. Blast effect compatible, very good. And these other 2 have the exact same connector point, so I'm just going to plug those together. And they are also blast effect compatible. So that is very, very good of him. And very, very cool part with the rocket, this big back part, you can plug that in and they are Blast Effect compatible, so you can have him loaded in and launch it towards Devastator, which will be super duper cool to have the 86 Devastator when that is out later this year. But anyways, getting to Springer, I would like to quickly mention and introduce in this new video, or in this latest video I should say, a new feature or new part of my videos that I'd like to start doing for most characters, which is size comparisons. Now, I'm going to do just a quick size comparison between some of the important characters, so we'll get back to that in just a second. And here we have Springer with some of the most important comparisons next to two of his main partners in the show, or in the show and in the movie. So, here we can see, I do want to start doing height comparisons between figures, and I think many people at home will probably have these at home, and I think that they're a good human substitute for the characters is Lego figures. Now, don't mind that it's Iron Man, but I'd say that is pretty good human size compared to these robots. And for all you at home who may have Iron Man figures or just a regular Lego figure, you know, if I take his helmet off, there you go. That is the height of them. And as you can see, being a leader class, Springer is slightly bigger than both RC and Hot Rod. But another quick comparison I would like to make while I still have your time is with the Voyager Springer, which, as you can see, this Springer is slightly taller and color is very different. From head to toe, there's lots of color differences between the two. And these shoulders cannot move side to side, unlike these ones. If we swing around to the back, that is also different. The legs at the back, these unfortunately are still all hollow, but these back parts are nicer now. So that's kind of nice. Overall, it is up to personal preference which one you guys prefer, but I think I'm very glad that I picked up this guy, especially because of his rotors being in a sword like this, whilst this one, the Voyager one, has rotors like this, which you just take apart like that, so he gets two swords and then just a little joint that you put them back into, and they just clip on his back. So, yeah. But anyways, I think that was all I needed to compare him with, so we're going to put him away. And getting on to the actual Springer figure again, I think if you already own the other Voyager figure, it is very good. The other Voyager figure that I just showed is already an amazing figure, and if you own that and you don't want to be spending, you know, $70 to $100, which is completely fair, I'd say you can give this guy a miss. He does not improve that much. Like, now that I've transformed this guy a few times, going back to the Voyager, he's really not that hard to transform. So, I'd say if you don't want to spend the extra money, don't. But at the same time, if you're going for all the 86 accurate figures, or if you just want to upgrade your Springer figure, I'd say this guy is a good choice. This Springer does amazing. And the fact that he has, he's got 9 accessories pretty much. So he comes with plenty of accessories. Unfortunately, no blast effects, so you're gonna have to source your own blast effects, especially go with all of his blasters and his missile. But that is just another thing to go with this figure. And something I completely forgot to mention, which I was gonna do in accessories, he comes with his iconic little wrist rocket, which he uses to fire at Starscream in the 86 movie. After he says, "We're outnumbered," then he fires that, which is a lethal shot going straight towards a Decepticon. I would say I would have liked if maybe it was a bit bigger and maybe if it came out a little higher, because like even from like a play standpoint for a kid, it's just not that impressive looking. But yeah, maybe there's probably like an upgrade kit out there you can get where they do that, but I'm I'm not the most impressed with that, and that was one of my main selling points getting this figure, because I love that scene in the movie. But it's still a cool feature to have. Overall, Leader Class 86 Springer is a very good figure. Is he worth the pickup? Depends what your budget is, depends if you have the other Springer. It's completely up to you at the end of the day. I was quite happy with this figure, and I think if you can get him for cheaper like I did, I'd 100% say he's worth the pickup. And until next time, I've been your host Slide, and I'll see you in the next one.